Hello, hello, good afternoon everyone. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, isa pong karangalan sa aking muli na makasama kayo sa atin isa na namang episode ng Itulay online tutorial only here sa ating DepEd Itulay stream. At live na live pa rin tayo sa ating Facebook channel at sa ating sa Facebook page at sa YouTube channel. Ako po ang inyong magiging guro ngayong hapong ito for Science 9 Quarter 4 Week 6. My name is Tutor Kevin from 2:20 in the afternoon up to uh, 3 p.m. Ayan. No? At syempre po ay ang atin pong makakasama ngayong hapong ito ay siyempre, ang nag-iisa ko pong napakahusay na kasama, si Tutor Van Dong Juan from SDO Malabon. At siyempre, mga minamahal na grade 9 learners, magsasama-sama tayo ngayon at 'di ba, malapit na tayong mag-end sa ating Itulay for fourth quarter ano at syempre nakaka-excite na ang ating mga susunod na gawain kasi malapit na naman po ang quarter 4 Itulay recognition, 'di ba? At syempre, hindi naman po dito magtatapos ang Itulay dahil next year madami pa rin po tayong mga programs at syempre magpo-focus tayo sa ating entire Philippines. Okay, sige, bumati muna tayo. Good afternoon po. Ayan, Antonetti Hernandez, grade 9R, Amorong, watching from Pulong, Buhangin National High School from SDO Bulacan with her teacher, Madam Stephanie Rojas. Magandang hapon po sa inyo dyan sa uh, Bulacan, sa SDO Bulacan, ano po? At syempre bumati pa rin tayo from Grade 9 SSC, ayan, watching from Ocampo National High School, ang ating suking-suki na Ocampo National High School with the teacher, Madam Marideth Agravante Bailon, na talaga namang palaging nakatutok sa ating Itulay online tutorial. At syempre pa, mga minamahal natin na isa pa, good afternoon po. Ayan, bumati tayo. Good afternoon. Irian Mendoza, Grade 9 Galaxy, listening and learning from LFG Diamantina National High School in Cabanatuan East District. Diamantina, Cabanatuan, Isabela. O di ba ang pagkatuto natin ay hindi lamang sa iisang region kundi pangbuong mundo pa. Ha, 'di ba? Ayan. Sige, patuloy tayong bumati um kung napapansin nyo, medyo napaaga tayo ngayon sa ating Itulay online tutorial. Bakit kanyo? Kasi medyo mahaba yung ating pag-uusapan ngayong hapong ito. And if you happen to miss our episode this afternoon, meron din tayong official Facebook page at official YouTube channel ng Grade 9 Itulay online tutorial na kung saan pwede nyong i-visit from time to time. Patuloy tayong bumate since we have a lot of time now. Good afternoon po, Noel Suazo Jr. from Grade 9 Plato, watching from Alibadabad National High School. Hello sa mga taga Alibadabad National High School. Suki namin kayo talaga. From SDO Isabela, with the teacher, Madam Crisa Villarente de la Cruz. Magandang hapon po sa inyo dyan sa Alibadabad and National High School sa SDO Isabela. Patuloy po tayong bumati. Good afternoon po, Stephen Bahada Dador from Grade 9 Gamboa, watching from Tala High School. Ayan, pakilagay din po ang name ng inyong guro para naman syempre mabati natin sila on air, di ba? Good afternoon sa inyo. Good afternoon din, Jill Antoinette Sola. Princess Antoinette Jill Arsola from grade 9 SSC, watching also from Ocampo National High School with, of course, the very, very supportive teacher, Madam Maridet Agravante Bailon. Isa pa, good afternoon po. Ayan, si Antoinette Hernandez, nabati na natin kanina. Ano, hello sa iyo and Madam Stephanie Rojas. Eto, isa sa mga masugid nating taga-suporta, no? Good afternoon po, Joylyn Pagalyaman, grade 9 Aristotel, watching from Alibadabad NHS. SDO Isabela with Madam Renalyn Talosig Calma Talamayan. Hello po sa inyo, Mama Renalyn. Hello sa iyo, Joylyn. And I hope you will learn something from this afternoon's online tutorial about work, power, and energy. Ayan, hello sa iyo, Shane De La Cruz from the grade 9 Milky Way, listening and learning from Luis Fe Gomez Diamantina National High School. Very, very supportive from from Cabanatuan East District, Diamantina, Cabanatuan, Isabela. Hello sa inyo dyan sa mga taga Cabanatuan. Hello sa inyo. Hello din sa iyo, Eliza Merrill. Good afternoon, watching and listening from San Mariano, NHS Maine. Deped Isabela, SEO Isabela with Madam Charisma Kakayan, Eliza Merrill Agkawili, grade 9 Red Amaranth. Hello sa inyo dyan. At meron lang akong iisang hiling sa inyo, mga minamahal kong mga learners. Ano? Bago po tayo magpatuloy, please share this live session sa inyong mga kaklase, sa inyong mga kakilala, sa inyong mga Facebook friends, sa inyong mga kamag-anak na may grade 9 learners, ano, para naman sabay-sabay nating itawid ang edukasyon ngayong hapong ito, o di ba? We are now in quarter 4, week 6. Nakaka-excite naman kasi malapit na tayong matapos sa quarter 4. Ilang kembot na lang, sabi nga nila, no? Okay. So, magpapakilala ako sa inyo ngayon. Ano? Again, my name is Tutor Kevin A. Domingo and I came from Schools Division Office of Calamba City in Castor Alviar National High School. Ayan, dito sa Calamba City. At syempre, hindi man natin makakasama ngayon ng aking partner na si Tutor Evangeline or Tutor Vandong Bihuan, ay makakasama naman natin siya dahil alam ko na nanonood siya ngayong online tutorial kasi napaka-busy talaga ni Tutor Vandong at meron siyang mahalagang equally important appointment. Ano? Ayan. Sige. At nagpapasalamat po tayo sa Curriculum and Learning Management Division, particularly sa Region 4A Calabarzon kay Director Panchet Bringas. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. Ayan, dahil gagamitin natin ngayon ang Learner's Packet mula sa Pivot Region 4A sa Calabarzon. Ayan, LEAP ang tawag po namin dyan or Learner's Packet. Ito pong module na ito ay inihanda ni Madam Mary Jean B. Barrera. At ito po ay quality assured ni na Madam Edna B. Gabriel, ni Sir Rizalito A. Licos, ni Madam Mary Ann L. Castro at ni Madam Rogel S. Rosales. At kaya naman na confident tayo na aralin ang lesson ngayon. Okay, bagamat iba't iba po tayo ng ginagamit na module, ano, ay sumusunod pa rin po tayo sa standard na most essential learning competency. Hello sa iyo, Jose Viray Carodan. Hello, Irish Nika, Kathy May Turqueza. Hello, Madam Ermeline Madawin. Ayan, hello po sa iyo. Ayan, magandang tanghali po sa inyo at salamat sa pagtutok sa atin pong Itulay online tutorial. Pakitype nga po ang number 1 kung isinare nyo na po itong ating live tutorial. Sige nga po, type number 1 kung na-share nyo na po itong ating live tutorial. Tingnan ko nga po, please comment it sa ating chat box. Thank you so much po. Ayan, sige, go ahead. Go ahead lang. Please type number one kung na-share nyo na ito. Sige nga, huwag kayong mahiya dahil excited na si Tutor Kevin sa isa na namang hapon ng ating pagsama-samang pagkatuto. Tutulungan ko kayo na itawid natin ang module na ito, no? Sige, ito, inaabangan ko talaga ang ating participants from, ayan, from SDO Camarines Sur. Good afternoon po, John Kyle M. Brandes, grade 9 SPJ. Watching and listening from Ocampo National High School in SDO Camarines Sur. Science teacher, Ma'am Maridet Agravante Bailon. Hello sa inyo dyan. Maraming salamat. And also, ayan, hello sa iyo. Good afternoon. Watching and listening from San Mariano NHS Main. Depet Isabela with teacher Madam Judy Melegrito. She is Crystalline Acera from grade 9 Eucalyptus. Sige nga po, please type number one kung na-share nyo na ang ating live ngayong hapong ito. Ayan, maraming salamat muli mga teachers, parents, at ang ating mga learners na patuloy na sumusuporta sa ating Itulay online tutorial. Ayan, na-share na. Sabi ni Antoinette Hernandez, thank you so much. Share nyo. Share lang natin ninyo ang ating live. Thank you so much, John Kyle Brandes. Na-share na rin daw niya. Hello, Isla May Mejia Cadelinia. Hello sa iyo dyan. Hello, ayan, si Ma'am Ermeline Madawin. Na-share na rin daw niya. Sige. At syempre mga learners, kuhanin nyo na rin ang inyong mga modules para naman sabay-sabay tayong magsagot. Okay? Sige. At ito yung mga sumusunod na bagay na dapat nating tandaan, ano? Para maayos ang ating online tutorial ngayong hapong ito. Pero bago natin na ipagpatuloy yan, ano, I just want to thank all of you na patuloy na sumusuporta sa ating Itulay online tutorial, ano? So ayan. Ito yung mga things that you need to know. Here are some reminders. First, take the pretest prepared at the start of the module. No? Secondly, take time in reading and understanding the lesson. Thirdly, use a clean sheet of paper for your answers in each activity or in each assessment. Number four, to try to recall and connect the ideas that you had in the lower years. Because di ba, i-connect natin yung lesson ninyo from your previous grade level kasi we are in using spiral progression. Next, another reminder, eto, be honest. When doing the activities, record only what you have really observed. Sixth, do not hesitate to ask. If you need to clarify something, approach or contact your teacher, or you can also chat me, Kevin A. Domingo, in my messenger, and I'll be more than willing to answer you about your queries tungkol syempre sa subject matter. Number seven, diba kanina sabi take the pre-test. Now, you will be taking the post-test prepared at the end of the module. Kasi syempre, we have to measure if you really gained something from the lesson na you'll be learning for this afternoon. Number 8, you can check your answers in the activities, self-assessments, and post-test, provided that you have to be honest. Ready na ba ang ating mga learners? Ready na ba? Hello, Shia. Hello, Frances. Pakitype nga ang number 2 kung ready na kayo. Please type number 2 if you are all ready for our lesson this afternoon. Ready na, sabi ni Antoinette Hernandez. Hello, Sabrina. Alright, sige, kung ready na kayo, Teacher Kevin is also excited and ready. Quarter 4, week 6. Pero before we proceed to our lesson, let's review the lesson we had last week, quarter 4, week 5. Okay, by looking back at the lesson that transpired from the previous week. We've talked about work, power, and energy. And of course, we will still talk about this. Particularly, the lesson last week focused on mechanical energy. And we learned that one form of energy is mechanical energy. There are different forms of energy, and one of them is mechanical energy. And we defined mechanical energy as the energy acquired by objects upon work is done. So when there is work done, therefore, we can consider that as mechanical energy. Another one, there are two forms of mechanical energy, namely potential energy and kinetic energy. Those are the two forms of mechanical energy na syempre natutunan nyo rin to from your previous grade level. Sikat na sikat si potential at sikat na sikat din si kinetic energy. Now, differentiating potential from kinetic. When we say potential energy, it is the energy possessed by objects at rest. Objects at rest still considered to have energy. Hindi man ito gumagalaw, whether the object is just a book sitting or resting doon sa ibabaw ng lamesa, whether this is a person's sleeping, kahit di siya gumagalaw, still merong enerhiya. That is potential energy. Whereas when we say potential energy, we are also talking about the two kinds. Namely, the gravitational potential energy. Yun yung sinasabi ko kanina na you have a book at the top of the table. Diba? There is an involvement of the gravity. And on Earth, we know that the value of the gravitational pull is, or the gravity on Earth is negative 9.8 meters per second squared. The next one is elastic potential energy. Remember the spring? The concept of the spring na kung saan yung pinball na inilagay mo doon sa spring, kapag hinatak mo si spring, nagde-deform si spring. At kapag nirelease mo siya, boom! Anong mangyayari doon sa pinball? It will what? No? It will move fast kasi nga ito ay nagkaroon ng involvement ng elastic potential energy because of the spring. Ito ay tatalsik. Maliwanag tayo? Alright, thank you so much. Ayan. And also, ayan, pag sinabing gravitational potential energy, energy possessed by an object because of its location and position. Elastic potential energy, ito na rin yung in-explain natin, energy stored in a stretched or compressed elastic material such as spring. Okay? Saan ba tayo makakakita ng spring? Siyempre, common yan dun sa mga lalagyan ng mga dry cell. Ano? So, meron yon. Sa inyong mga kama, sa kutsyon, meron silang spring. Ano? Another one, eto. The next type of energy, kung kanina we have the potential energy, which is energy at rest, we also have kinetic energy. Kabaligtaran naman ni potential energy, this type of energy is possessed by objects by virtue of its motion. Ibig sabihin, this type of energy is occurring at work. May paggalaw sa kinetic energy. Example, a bullet in motion, a stream of flowing water, rock falling off a cliff, and roller coaster. Ayan. At pinag-usapan din natin na class ang law of conservation of energy. Sabi natin, potential energy we cannot create energy. It will just be transformed from one form to another. Let's say for instance, katulad ng sinabi natin dati, no, we have the kinetic converted to another form, potential energy. Ibig sabihin, merong bala ng barel, nandun pa lang siya sa loob ng barel, it's potential kasi wala pang motion. Pag nung hinit na yung trigger ng barel, nagkaroon ng motion of bullet kasi nga hinit na yung trigger. Gumalaw ngayon o tumalsik na or nag-move yung bullet. kaya ito ay in motion. That is kinetic energy. Therefore, potential energy can be converted or transformed into kinetic energy. The same thing, ano? The kinetic energy can also be transformed from to potential energy. So pwede 'yon. At pinag-usapan din natin ang konsepto noong pendulum, no? Ayan, yung bola na kapag nilagyan mo ng tali at hinila mo, syempre yung paghila mo sa kanya, potential energy pa rin yung point kung saan mo siya dinala kasi wala pang paggalaw. Pero nung nirelease mo na siya, gumalaw yung bola. No? So kung makikita natin sa diagram, point A is the highest point of swing. But wala pa siyang motion. Pagdating dun sa point B, it has the maximum kinetic energy kasi nag-swing na siya. At pagdating niya sa point C, that is the maximum potential energy but no kinetic energy. Okay? So malinaw na tayo doon. Those are the concepts we gained from last week's episode. Andyan pa ba kayo mga kaibigan? Andyan pa ba? Sige nga, patingin nga ako. Type number 3 kung nandyan pa kayo. Type number 3 kung nandyan pa. Sige, bati muna tayo. Hello sa'yo, John Kyle Brandes. Ayan, ayan, ready na. Ayan, si Antoinette Hernandez, ready pa rin, nandyan pa rin. Si Zach Aaron, nandyan pa rin. Ayan, sige, si Jazelle, hello sa'yo. Did I mention your name correctly? Sorry naman. Ayan. So those are the lessons na ating pinag-usapan last week. And for this week, we will still continue the topic about work, power, and energy. We will just move from to another focus. Ano kaya yung susunod na focus natin ngayong hapong ito? Quarter 4, week 6. Pero bago yan, I'd like to present to you the most essential learning competency. Ano kaya yon? Siyempre, we will construct a model that heat can do work. Tama po ang narinig nyo. Learners, we will focus on heat. Okay? We will focus on heat at kung ano ang magagawa nito. Alright? Sige. Then, ito yung core content natin. Relationship among heat, energy, and efficiency. Again, we will focus on this core content, the relationship among heat, energy, and efficiency. Hello sa iyo, Stel Viernes. Hello, De La Cruz Joname. Hello, Janelle Polit. Hello sa inyo. At patuloy nyo lang pong i-share ang ating broadcast ngayong hapon para syempre tuloy-tuloy yung ating lesson, na tuloy-tuloy yung ating pagkatuto despite that we are having this distant learning, online tutorial. But thank you for DepEd, Department of Education, Information and Communications Technology, Educational Technology Unit headed by Sir Mark Anthony C., by Director Abram Abanil, and our Principal, Sir Tutor Mark Anthony Hamisal, for giving us an opportunity to serve you at makapag-aral tayo ng sabay-sabay. Okay, learners, importante ba ang heat? Ang heat, don't get me wrong, is heat important? That is a question that we are about to answer this afternoon. Pero for now, please get a sheet of paper or please type in your answer in our comment section using capital letters. Let us take this what I know. This is a multiple choices pre-test, but don't worry, learners. Kung hindi nyo naman makuha ang tamang sagot dito, that's perfectly fine because I just want to know if you already had an idea or have an idea about the lesson that we are about to talk today. Okay, so okay lang yan kahit hindi kayo makakuha ng tamang sagot kasi aaralin pa lang naman natin to. Ready? Read each question carefully. Choose the letter of the correct answer. You use a separate sheet of paper for your answers or comment it down. Ready? Let's get it on. Question number 1. The first law of thermodynamics deals with A. Conservation of mass, B. Conservation of energy, C. Conservation of momentum, or D. Conservation of pressure. Answer mo? Show mo! Pakitype nga ang inyong mga answer para makita natin kung nandyan pa ba kayo. Ayan, si John Kyle, talaga namang advanced talaga siya. Thank you so much. Sige, alam ko nagtatype pa kayo ng inyong answer. Sabi ni Antoinette, it's letter B daw. The first law of thermodynamics deals with what? Sige, I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ano kayang tamang sagot dito? The correct answer is letter B. It's conservation of energy. Aba, tama yung ating mga learners. Ibig sabihin, nagbabasa talaga kayo. Okay, science learners, good job. How about question number 2? All the following are examples of spontaneous reaction, except, is it letter A, going uphill? Is it letter B, melting of ice? Is it letter C, keeping the food fresh from spoilage? Or is it letter D, roasting of iron? Ayan. Sige. Again, let me read the question for you. All of the following are examples of spontaneous reaction, except, is it A, going uphill? Is it B, melting of ice? Is it C, keeping the food fresh from spoilage? Or is it D, roasting of iron? Answer mo, show mo. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ayan, let's see what is the answer for this item. It's letter Ayan, letter D, roasting of iron. All right. Next. Okay, let's have question number 3. All right. For question number 3, here is the how does the water from the deep well move upward? How does the water from the deep well move upward? Is it A, it occurs naturally? Is it B, it uses water heat pump? Is it C, it is a spontaneous process? Or is it D, it flows from higher temperature to cooler temperature? Alin kaya yan? How does the water from deep well move upward? Ayan. Ano kaya ang kasagutan dyan? Sige, what could be the answer here? Answer mo, show mo. Sige nga, pakisagot ang question number 3. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, the answer is it uses water heat pump. Thank you so much. Ayan, ang daming tamang sagot. Ibig sabihin lang yan, learners, ay nagkaroon kayo ng advanced reading. Okay, congratulations to all of you. Comment your scores, please. And you will get this Ag Amazing stickers. Sige nga, Ag Amazing learners and Scitastic learners, please comment your scores. Again, Teacher Gavin wants to remind you that whatever you got in this pretest won't affect anything because this is just a pretest, just want to measure, ano? Wow, si Chris Emmanuel Cordes, 5/5. Sobra naman yan, dear. Ayan, it's okay, it's okay. Baka naman 3/3 ang ibig sabihin niya. Okay, sige. Ayan, napakadami nating learners na tumama. Okay. Sige, magpatuloy na tayo, learners, ano? For what's in, we will talk about heat. No? Let's talk about heat. Again, heat is really important, isn't it? Yes or no? Is heat important? Yes or no? Pakitype nga. Yes, Chris. Yeah, I know. Nice. Okay lang naman yan, Chris. Don't worry. Is heat important? Mahalaga ba yung init? Yes, it is important. Sabi ni Antoinette Hernandez, ang ating fastest keyboard warrior for this afternoon. Mahalaga ang heat because a lot of biological processes and a lot of mechanical processes uses heat for them to work. Diba? Now, the production of heat is one of the driving forces of human activity. 'Di ba? Isa nga sa dahilan dyan or isa sa mga evidences is buhay tayo, warm tayo, no? And we are able to move and we are able to work efficiently. Tama ba? Example, yung sasakyan. Yung sasakyan ba? Ayan, Marie, hello sa'yo. Ayan, in physical science, heat is important to all aspects of life. Thank you so much, Chris. Ayan. Yung sasakyan ba, halimbawa, meron kang sasakyan. Ito ba kapag in-start mo, pwede mo na agad paandarin? Yes or no? Tama ba yon? Na kapag in-start mo yung motor mo or yung kotse mo, ay pwede mo na ba agad itong patakbuhin? Yes or no? Kaya, yes or no? Please comment your section, your comment your answer in our comment section. Ayan. Ako every morning, yes, thank you Chloe. I make it sure na pinapainit ko muna yung engine ng aking makina. Kasi kinakailangan muna niyang ma-meet ang tamang level of heat or temperature para ito ay makagalaw ng maayos. Otherwise, hindi maganda ang magiging takbo ng makina mo, ng makina ng sasakyan. Very good kayo dyan, learners. Now, we use heat in our daily activities. Halimbawa, nagluto ka, namlansya ka, nagpatuyo ka or nagbilad ka ng damit mo, 'di ba? Ng nilabhan. We use heat para mag-evaporate yung moisture or yung tubig doon sa damit, no? Para tumuwid yung gusot na damit. So heat is really important, ano? Ayan, thank you so much, Abby. Thank you so much, Trisha, Joylyn, John, Harriet, thank you. Another one, kinakailangan natin ang heat into a greater extent. Hindi lang sa ating katawan, kundi in commercial and industrial applications, especially in the field of manufacturing. No? Dito sa amin sa Region 4A Calabarzon, particularly sa Calamba area, marami ditong mga planta, marami ditong mga pabrika na gumagamit ng heat para mag-manufacture ng kanilang mga produkto. No? At kinakailangan nila ng enormous amounts of heat para makaproduce ng kanilang byproduct. So malinaw, yun ang isa pa sa importanteng role ng heat. Now, by understanding how heat works and how it interacts with various objects is studied here in our lesson for today. And siyempre kapag nalaman natin yung function at role ni heat, makakatulong ito para sa iba't ibang proseso ng ating para magkaroon ng efficiency in other things that involves heat. Ayan. Hello kay Direk Michael Angelo Maleriado. Good afternoon sa iyo, Direk. Salamat sa pagsama ngayong hapong ito, no? All right. So, next tayo. Kadalasan kasi, yung heat at saka yung temperature ay nalilito tayo dyan. We use them interchangeably. No, we use them parang halos pareho yung definition. But in fact, what actually when we define heat, it's different from temperature because temperature is the simplest sense is in the simplest sense, it's just the measurement on how on the hotness or coldness of an object. If the temperature of if the object uh, it's too hot, ano kaya ang temperatura niya? Is it high or low? Kunyari, nilagnat ka, is your temperature high or low? Let's say your temperature is 40 degrees Celsius. Is your temperature high or low? Sige nga, pakitype. Pakitype nga. Hi, Christine. Sabi ni Zach, hi. Yan. Pag naman ikaw ay nilamig o hypothermia, hypothermia means the drop in temperature. Ibig sabihin, your temperature is high or low. No, kung ikaw ay may hypothermia or nandun ka sa malamig na nagyayelong lugar, is your temperature? Yes, sabi ni Antoinette is low. Okay, I'd like to teach you two new words. Hyperthermia means very high temperature. The temperature is high or nag-rise siya. Pag naman na hypothermia, ito ay sudden drop of body temperature. Ayan. Sige, that is temperature. Whereas heat, pag sinabi nating heat, it is the energy transferred from one object to another due to the difference of temperature between the two objects. Example dito, mga learners, magluluto ka sa kawali, no? Yung kawali mo, hindi mo pa siya isinasalang sa kalan. Ano kaya ang temperatura niya? Katamtaman lang or mainit? Hindi pa siya nakasalang ha. Ayan, tama si Ermeline. Mababa pa yung temperatura niya. Kapag isinalang mo na siya doon sa kalan, binuksan mo na yung kalan or nagparikit ka na ng apoy, no? Nagkaroon na ng flame, sinalang mo yung kawali, ano na yung magiging temperatura ng kawali? Will it be high or low? Gradually increasing or gradually decreasing? Ano kaya? Hello? Ayan, high na daw, sabi ni Antoinette. Siyempre, by virtue of this definition, nagkaroon kasi ng transfer ng enerhiya. Yung energy from the hot flame, the molecules suddenly transferred to the pan. Kaya umiinit yung kawali. Pwede ka magluto. Another question. Ito, may involvement kasi yan ng movement of molecules eh. Gusto mo bang lumamig? Sino dito ang ayaw ng napakainit na kape? Ayan. Yung misis ko, si Ma'am Ivy, ayaw niya ng mainit na coffee. Kaya pinapalamig niya. Bukod sa paglalagay ng yelo sa kape para lumamig, ano kaya yung pwede niyong gawin para yung temperatura ng mainit na kape ay lumamig ng mabilis? Ayan, tama, John Kyle. Ano kaya yung pwede mong gawin dun sa kape para mabilis lumamig? Ha? Anong gagawin nyo? Siyempre, pwedeng lagyan ng ice. Ayan, totoo yan. Pero ano pang pwede nyong gawin kung walang ice? Pwede kayong gumamit ng metal spoon o kutsara. Ilagay nyo lang yung kutsara dun sa mainit na kape. Ayan, kahit ibabad nyo lang dun, yung kutsara malamig yon. The molecules from that cold spoon will be transferred to the hot coffee. At yung molecules from the hot coffee will be transferred to the spoon. Iinit naman yung spoon. Mabilis lumamig yung kape. Subukan nyo yan. Lagyan daw ng tubig na malamig. Actually, tama din naman. No? Subukan nyo yun. Lagyan nyo ng, kung ayaw nyo lumamig agad, kung ayaw nyo lumamig agad yung kape nyo, huwag nyo lagyan o babaran ng kutsara. Kung gusto nyo naman lumamig agad, babaran nyo ng kutsara. Subukan nyo ito mamaya ha, pag kayo nagkape. Ayan. Next, ito pag-usapan natin si heat and work. When we say heat and work, no, enerhiya or energy ay kinakailangan natin para tayo ay makagawa. Kaya nga tayo kumakain araw-araw para magkaroon ng energy for us to do our work at para makapag-isip ng maayos. Ngayon, when work is done on an object, energy is transferred to that object. No? Halimbawa, tinulak mo yung kariton. Is there work? Yes, because there is a sudden transfer of energy. Yung energy mo sa pagtutulak. O may transfer. Hindi naman makakagalaw yung isang kariton na walang nagtutulak sa kanya unless siya ay nakatayo doon sa inclined plane o doon sa slant road, ano? The transfer of energy of the object increases in its internal energy. The internal energy will later decrease as the object dissipates it as to heat. 'Di ba? Katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, nawawala yung init ng kape dahil nagta-transfer yung molecule niya. Ibig sabihin, nagdi-dissipate yung heat because nagta-transfer yung molecule na mainit doon sa papunta sa malamig na kutsara. Ibig sabihin, no, nababawasan yung internal energy. Maliwanag tayo. Kaya lumalamig yung kape. Okay? Ganun pala yon, may science behind that. Teacher Kevin naman, kape lang yan. Meron pa palang science dyan. Yes. Now, if we will just think deeper and deeper. Now, kilala nyo ba tong si Lolo? Napakalaki po ng contribution yan sa atin. Thank you so much, John Calbrandes, for always giving inputs sa ating online tutorial. Napakapalad natin. We are blessed because nandyan ka. This is actually James Prescott Joule. He was the one who investigated in a mechanical equivalent of heat. Okay? There is actually a mechanical equivalent of heat. Ano kaya yon? Now, look at this diagram. Ang ginawa ni Joule, he made or he set up an apparatus. At anong ginawa niya dun sa apparatus na yon? Meron doong meron doong cylinder at meron doong ayan, the weight were made to fall through a certain distance. As they dropped, the wires to which they were attached made one shaft and paddles turn. So pag inikot, tumataas, ayan, umiikot yung nandoon sa loob ng cylinder, ano? Kapag inikot mo yung handle, tendency no, iikot din yung nasa loob ng cylinder. The friction resulting from paddling warmed the water and raised its temperature. Almost all the work done on the machine was transformed into heat. Sa madaling sabi, there is an involvement of friction. Nung inikot ng inikot, yung ibaba, yung handle, yung nasa loob, umikot din siya because of friction, nag-generate to ng heat. Therefore, yung tubig dun sa loob ng cylinder, kanina malamig, and because of there is friction created by the continuous movement of that device, uminit yung tubig. Therefore, kaya uminit yung malamig na tubig is because there was a clear transfer of energy. Halimbawa, sa madaling sabi, i-apply natin to mga kabataan sa ating sa medicine o sa medical field. Halimbawa, yung kaibigan mo may hypothermia. Lamig na lamig. Ang temperatura niya napakababa, no? Anong unang-una mong gagawin para mawala yung sobrang panglalamig ng katawan niya? Anong pwede mong gawin? Sige, type your opinion. Type your answer in our message box. Sige nga, para mag-normalize o medyo tumaas yung temperatura ng kaibigan mong nilalamig yung katawan, anong pwede mong gawin sa kanya? Sige nga, ano kaya? Hug him or her. Be a human blanket. Tama yan. Ma'am Marideth Agravante Bailon, tama po yan. Human blanket ang tawag, ano? Para po, yung heat mo ay matransfer mo doon sa ihahag mo. Diba? Another one is pwede ka namang gumamit ng blanket. Sa ibang bansa, during emergency situation, yung mga rescuer, meron silang thermal blanket na dala-dala. Ito ay, yung blanket ay umiinit siya. Okay? So, ayan. Kumutan. Tama yan, Chloe. Because siyempre, kapag makapal yung kumot, it contains a lot of heat, lalo na kung darker the color, ano? So, ayan. Sa madaling sabi, yun pala yung idea na binigay sa atin ni James Prescott Joule. Thank you sa kanya. Oh. Ayan, no? Now, using that device that he invented, napag-alaman niya, or as a result of that, there is a figure revealed. 4.194 joule is equivalent to 1 calorie. A calorie is a unit of energy that is equivalent to the amount of energy needed to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius, ideally measured from 14.5 degrees Celsius to 15.5 degrees Celsius. Alam niyo ba mga, sa madaling sabi, when we say calorie, kinakailangan din ito ng ating katawan. Lalo na kung ikaw ay titira doon sa lugar na napakalamig. Kinakailangan mong kumain ng madami. Pag kumain ka ng madami, you also are intaking a lot of calories in your body. Kaya ang tendency, kumapal yung taba. Mananaba ka. And if you have a lot of calorie, tulad ni Teacher Kevin, chubby, mainitin ang katawan ko kasi ma-chubby si Teacher Kevin, ano? Makapal yung taba. I have a lot of insulation in my body. I have a lot of calorie, no? So FYI lang yung mga figure na to, mga mahal kong learners. Now, let's talk about the first law of thermodynamics. The first law of thermodynamics states that the change in internal energy of a system equals the difference between the heat taken in by a system and the work done by the system. So anong ibig sabihin natin dito sa ating first law of thermodynamics, no? Now, kaya tayo kumakain kasi kinakailangan natin ng energy. The most important meal of the day is breakfast. Tandaan nyo yan, para yung gasolina ng katawan for our body to gain energy from the food that we eat. Therefore, we can work the whole day. Now, yung pag kumain tayo, of course, the food turns into chemical energy. No? So the chemical energy is then converted into mechanical energy. Kasi syempre, yung mga vitamins, minerals, essential chemicals na nandoon sa pagkain ay na-absorb yan ng ating katawan through the process of digestion. At yung energy na yon, yung sugar ay pumapasok sa cells ng katawan natin para ma-utilize yan o magamit ng katawan. Malinaw tayo doon, no? Now, kapag nagamit na yan ng nasa cells na yan ng ating katawan, tsaka pa lang natin magagamit yung enerhiya. Pag hindi pumasok yung mga sugar na yan sa cell, hindi natin magagamit yung energy. Magagamit lang natin si energy kung yung sugar ay papasok sa cell. At kapag pumasok na siya sa cell, tsaka lang siya mako-convert or magagamit into mechanical energy, yung paggalaw ng katawan natin, ano? Now, but not all the chemical energy is converted to mechanical energy. Hindi daw lahat. Some will be converted in the form of heat. Malinaw tayo doon. The concept of the conservation of energy states that energy cannot be created nor destroyed. Ano lang, sabi lagi natin, no? It will just be transformed from one form to another. At sa madaling sabi, ayan ang malinaw sa statement ng ating first law of thermodynamics, kung saan the change in internal energy of a system equals the difference between the heat taken in by a system and the work by the system. So madaling sabi, hindi daw lahat ng enerhiya na gagamit ng katawan, kundi some are converted into another form, which is heat. Okay? So ayun. Next, internal energy of a substance is the sum of the molecular kinetic energy due to the random motion of molecules. The molecular potential energy due to the forces that act between the atoms of a molecule and between the molecules, and other kinds of molecular energy. Now, when heat flows in instances where the work done is negligible, the internal energy of the hot substance decreases and the internal energy of the cold substance increases. So malino naman po. Sa madaling sabi, mga minamahal kong learners, manakbo ka. Manakbo ka ng manakbo. Anong mangyayari sa temperatura ng katawan mo? There is work done, di ba? Siyempre, tataas ang temperatura ng katawan mo. Ikaw ba naman, tumakbo ka ng tumakbo. Whereas kapag tumigil ka naman sa pagtakbo, magdi-decrease naman ang temperature mo. Next tayo. While heat may originate in the internal energy supply of a substance, it is not correct to say that a substance contains heat. Okay? The substance has internal energy, not heat. Again, there is heat because we have internal energy. Okay? Malinaw tayo doon. Pag sinabing heat, ano lang yan? Transfer of energy. Okay? Malinaw tayo doon? Yes. Okay. It can also be expressed as, ayan, change in a system's internal energy with that symbol, the triangle U equals Q, which stands for the amount of heat flowing to the system minus the net work done by the system. This is derived from the conservation of energy given as how heat is related to work. Q is equal to work plus the change in the system's internal energy. So we use joule as the SI unit for energy. Ayan, yung tinatawag nating heat pump, pumunta naman tayo dito. Itong heat pump na to, kinakailangan natin to lalong-lalo na if you are living in a very, very cold or extremely cold place. Lalo na yung mga nasa Canada, kinakailangan nila ng heat pump. At dito din sa Pilipinas, we use heat pump. No, sa mga hotel, ginagamit din yan, kahit sa mga normal na tahanan. Normally, heat flows from hotter objects to cooler object. When the two objects are placed in contact, it is for the reason that sa madaling sabi lang mga kabataan, ang konsepto kasi ng heat pump ganito 'yan. Yung malamig na temperatura, it is converted or it is transformed into a hot temperature. When you touch a cup of hot coffee, ito na lang isipin nyo. Heat flows from a hotter cup to a cooler hand. Diba? When you touch a cone of ice cream, kapag hinawakan mo yung ice cream cone, heat gain flows from hot to cold. Siyempre, isa din sa dahilan kaya matutunaw yung ice cream kasi hinawakan mo yung cone, mainit ang katawan mo, di ba? Mainit ang katawan natin. The heat is transferred from your body to the cone, then the cone will absorb the heat, the energy from your body, then the ice cream will melt. No, from the warmer hand to the colder cone. Ganun 'yon, no? Next, the response of ano naman gagawin ng nerve natin kapag ikaw naman ay kunyari napaso ka sa plancha. Siyempre, wala namang napaso sa plancha na dinikit mo pa yung kamay mo, yung daliri mo, di ba? Di ba, superhero ka na noon. Hello, Melinda Espino Manyo. Hello po sa'yo. Siyempre, ang tendency ng daliri mo kapag inilagay mo tinouch mo dun sa mainit na plancha, magugulat ka. Biglang pa-function ang nerves ng katawan mo. Your brain will tell you through the nerves that mainit, kaya nagulat ka. So, next natin. This is the heat pump. Ganun din ang konsepto ng heat pump. The reverse can be done. Heat flows from a colder object to a hotter object naman with the use of heat pump. Malinaw tayo doon. Ayan. From colder object to hotter object. Now, the heat pump is a device that allows heat to transfer from a colder reservoir to a warmer reservoir, which is not a natural process. So, some are using electricity. Okay? And some are using mechanical energy para uminit yung malamig na tubig. Para pagdating niya sa mga gripo nyo, mainit na siya. May mga heater, di ba? Work is required for the heat to flow. Siyempre, kung mayaman-yaman ka, bumili ka ng heat pump na disaksak sa kuryente para mas madali ang work. Pero kung hindi naman, katulad ng eksperimento ni Joule, syempre mag-effort ka mechanically, no? So pero syempre para mas madali ang buhay natin, work is done easier if you have a motor of heat pump. Yung motor niya ang magsispin para mag-create ng heat. Now, we have two types of processes, spontaneous and non-spontaneous. Anong kaibahan niya? Pag spontaneous, it does not require any it does not require any external energy to occur. Whereas kapag non-spontaneous, it needs mechanical energy to occur. Kinakailangan niya ng involvement ng mechanical energy. Now, example natin. Ito. Ay, nako, may answer na pala. Sorry, sige, sagutan na rin natin. Kapag sinabi nating melting of ice, ano kaya to? Kapag sinabi natin na melting of ice, is it spontaneous or non-spontaneous? Ano kaya ang tamang sagot doon? Is it spontaneous or hindi ba, or non-spontaneous? Sige, tingnan natin ang tamang sagot ha. By virtue of the definition, no? By virtue of the definition, ladies and gentlemen, we will use the definition. Ayusin ko lang tong ating slide para hindi mag-reveal ang answer agad. Ayan, nalimutan ni Tutor Kevin. Sorry naman. Hello sa inyo lahat, learners. Okay, sige. Let us continue. Melting of ice. Pero balikan natin yung definition ha. Kapag spontaneous, heat flows from higher temperature to lower temperature. Kapag non-spontaneous, from lower to higher temperature. So kabaligtaran. Okay, spontaneous, higher to lower. Pag naman non-spontaneous, lower to higher. Alright, sige. Ayan, melting of ice. Is it spontaneous or is it N or NS? Pakisabi nga, spontaneous daw. Tamang sagot is yes. Kaya siya natunaw from higher to lower temperature because kaya siya nagmelt. Rusting of iron, spontaneous or non-spontaneous? Ano kaya ang tamang sagot? Rusting of iron. Yes, it's spontaneous. Very good. Another one, marble going down the spiral. Ano kaya? Spontaneous or non-spontaneous? The correct answer is spontaneous pa rin. It involves mechanical energy. Next, going uphill. Spontaneous pa rin siya kasi mechanical energy. Meron. So, ayan. Ayan. Keeping the food from spoilage, non-spontaneous siya. Maliwanag tayo dyan. Bakit siya non-spontaneous? Siyempre, from higher temperature, you will place the food to lower temperature inside the refrigerator. Kaya kinakailangan natin ng refrigerator o kahit may yelo para bumagal ang pagpanis ng pagkain. That's the difference. Now, which of the examples is spontaneous process? Diba? Melting of ice, rusting of iron, marble going down the spiral, and going uphill because syempre, they need mechanical energy. And from lower temperature to higher temperature. Yung bakal, 'di ba? Lagyan mo ng tubig. O 'di ba? Tapos painitan mo. Magrarust siya. Next naman, alin dyan yung non-spontaneous? Syempre, yung keeping the food fresh from spoilage. Ano naman yung ayan, yung difference between spontaneous and non-spontaneous? Katulad ng sinasabi ko kanina, a spontaneous process takes place when certain circumstances are met. A non-spontaneous process, on the other hand, will not occur unless it is constantly driven by energy from an external source. So, malinaw tayo dyan. Okay. Paano daw gagawin para ma-reverse yung process? A reverse of a spontaneous process is a non-spontaneous. Kabaligtaran lang sila. Energy must be added in order for one to occur na kailangan ng energy. For example, rust doesn't convert back into iron on its own. Kinakailangan mo na a daughter isotope another one, a daughter isotope won't return into its parent state unless you do mechanical work. Unless yung rusting of iron, yung rusty iron ay ipile mo or pakinisin mong muli, tanggalin mo yung kalawang. Alright. Ito naman. Actually, we should be having an experiment. Ganito. Ano bang ginagawa ng heat? Diba yung heat, it goes up. Tandaan natin yan. Warm temperature will always go up. Cold temperature will always tend to go down. Warm temperature goes up and cold temperature goes down. Tandaan natin yan. Okay? So, yun yung konsepto. Alright. Now, punta naman tayo dito sa ayan na. Assessment na tayo. Ganun uli. Comment your answers in our box. Okay, number 1. First law of thermodynamics deals with alin kaya sa mga sumusunod? Answer nyo. Show mo! Show nyo yung answers nyo. Go ahead. Go, go, go! Is it A, B, C, or D? Thank you so much, John Kyle. Salamat sa iyong reflection, sa iyong mga answers. Salamat sa iyo. Sige, answer is letter? Alright, the answer is letter B, conservation of energy. Next, all of the following are examples of non-spontaneous process except, alin kaya sa mga sumusunod? Answer nyo, show nyo. Alin kaya dyan ng non-spontaneous process? Number 2, ano kaya? Ano kaya number 2? Naku, tama sila. Hi, Graham. Hello, Sophia. Hello, Antoinette. Hello, Ermeline. Hello, Janelle. Hello, Aldrich. Hello, Erica. Hello, Bernard. Hello, Ermeline, Antoinette. Ayan, number 2, ano kayang sagot? Sabi nila B. Ano pa kaya? Non-spontaneous tayo. Ibig sabihin, from higher temperature to lower temperature. Ano kaya? Ano kaya? Alin dyan? Ayan. Example natin dyan yung refrigerator. Di ba? Yes, number 2 is letter A. Tama si Janelle. Tama si Elisha. Tama kayo. Ayan. Di ba nga, kinakailangan natin ng ref or yelo. Next, what is the use of the heat pump? A, B, C, or D? Sige nga. Anong tamang sagot? A, transfer heat from colder reservoir to a warmer reservoir. B, transfer of heat from warmer reservoir to a colder reservoir. C, transfer of heat to a colder reservoir. D, change in heat. Number 3, what's the correct answer? Heat pump. Ano kaya yon? Okay, nakakita na ako ng tamang sagot. Ang gagaling ng mga grade 9 learners na to. Letter A, ayan. Transfer from a colder reservoir to a warmer reservoir. That's the function of the heat pump. Pakahuhusay. Please comment your scores naman para sa inyo itong mga Amazing sticker at saka Sitastic sticker. Yan, screenshot nyo na lang sa inyo yan. Congratulations, grade 9 learners. Ibig sabihin, nakinig talaga kay Tutor Kevin. Thank you so much. Babalita ko to kay Tutor Vandong na nakinig sila sa aralin ngayong quarter 4, week 6. Antoinette, 2 over 3. It's okay. Si Aldrich, 3 over 3. Congratulations. Si Jazelle, 3 over 3 din. Congrats. Si Sophia, 3 over 3. Sana makita ko kayo personally, ano? Or you can add me in my Facebook if you like. Para syempre magkabatuhan naman tayo ng information at updates. Si John Kyle, syempre. Si Maria Ashley, thank you so much. Si Janelle, si Bernard, si Realyn, si Greya Mar, si Sophia, si Jill, thank you so much. Si Allison. Kapangalan niyo yung mga dati kong learners at matatalino sila. Words to ponder, learners. If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. From Harry S. Truman. Ayan. Ibig sabihin lang nito, kunyari, sa buhay niyo, kunyari, nagkakaroon kayo ng pagtatalo ng inyong kaibigan. Kapag nagkaroon kayo ng pagtatalo, umalis ka muna. Magpalamig ka muna. Para pag nagkita uli kayong dalawa, parehas na kayong malamig. Kasi kapag parehas kayong mainit ang ulo, walang mananalo. Pareha kayong talo. Di ba? So same concept. Get out of the kitchen if you cannot stand the heat. And otherwise, ikaw ay maaapektuhan lamang. In all situations in our lives, this is applicable. Okay? So, sana i-keep natin sa ating puso yung words to ponder natin for this lesson. Galing ng sinabi ni Harry Truman. Totoo yan. Okay? Sige. Pwede nyo itong i-post sa inyong social media accounts. Sa Facebook, sa Twitter, sa Instagram. Yan. Makakatulong yan. Alright! Thank you so much for your comments and suggestions. Please email us at edtech@deped.gov.ph. My name is Sir Kevin A. Domingo from SDO Calambao City, Castor Alvear National High School, and the Tutor Vandong Juan from SDO Malabon City. Ayan. At up next na natin, Science N, umi-air na sila ngayon from 3 o'clock to 3:40 p.m. Science N with Tutor Rainier from SDO Caloocan and Tutor Ichad from SDO Malabon. Again, maraming salamat sa inyo sa pagtutok sa quarter 4, week 6. Balik-balikan nyo lang po ito sa ating official Facebook page, channel ng Itunay at saka ng YouTube. Thank you very much. Thank you so much din po, Ma'am Renalyn Talosig, Kalma Talamayan. Hope to see you soon, Madam. Ayan, Mamaridet Agravante Bailon, tama, palamig lagi. Diba? Thank you po talaga. Ayan, thank you po sa inyong lahat and I hope to see you soon, the soonest, and I'll pray for you. God bless everyone. This has been Tutor Kevin A. Domingo saying have a nice day. I'll see you when I see you and goodbye.